Hey guys, it's me, Jay Gamer Fan. I know it's a little late to be making a discussion video about Interpret Gaming, but I want to get my thoughts on it before today because today's the last day of the season, of Magus, Reds and stuff, and I'll give my response about how we interpret gaming. For starters, every game, I would have to agree with Magus that every game has a story to it, it's like storytelling, like, for example, Soul Calibur, you get like a backstory to character. Like, it refers all the way back to Soul Edge, like for Nightmare and Siegfried and Mitsurugi, And it makes you feel like and games these days make you feel like you're just in them, You feel like you're around in this environment, And games that really don't have that much story behind them are like Mega Man, Mario, and Sonic. Like, Mega Man's just, go beat up the 8 robot masters and go get wild. And Sonic's like, run, collect rings and beat up Robotnik, And Mario's like, save the princess, jump on turtles, and get Bowser, And that's how I interpret platforms. Now I'll talk about fighting games. Like, Street Fighter was kind of like, kind of had a storytelling process to it, Like, two friends, like Street Fighter didn't really, the first game never had a story, it sucked, but the second one was awesome. And the first one was like, best man, it was like, nothing, just be the best fighter in the world, that was the first one. The second one was like, it was really deep. It was like, Bison take over the world, control all the world warriors, and then that was second Street Fighter. The third one was like, Gil takes over the world with his godly power and controls everything in the world, That was Gil with his cult members and stuff. And another funny game I would like to talk about how I interpret it is King of Fighters. I noticed between the old games and the new game, it's like the gameplay's just really changed, It's like, it was just simple. It was like set team for the first game, like you only play with the people on a team, like Italy team, you had to play with just those players, you couldn't like mix and match. And then 97 you could like mix and match, you could choose like 2 bars, either advance or extra. And you could mix up teams, like you could mix up like Shingo, Terry Bogard, and Kyu Kusanagi. And then we get to like 2001, 2002, you could like, King of Fighters 2002, you could like do this max mode thing, and you could like cancel special moves and turn it into a super, And King of Fighters 2003 was like this new team changing system, like you can do team changing attack, and you can be like this other, like we're going to switch it with Gato. He does like a little attack, and then Gato comes in and switches and attacks the opponent, And King of Fighters 11 or 2007, I like to call it, is really dramatic. You got like this the skill gauge, which like lets you, instead of like using the power gauge to like cancel attack into a roll, you now use this thing called skill gauge. You only get 2 stocks. I know, and the gameplay's faster in the newer King of Fighters. You can do this thing like Dream Council, and I think that's pretty much what I have to say about King of Fighters. RPG, and last but not least, I want to talk about RPGs. What do I think of RPGs? Well, RPGs make you feel like they're actually trying to get you involved in the story or something, And it feels like in RPGs, I kind of said this in my Soul Calibur kind of thing, but it kind of makes you feel like you're in this environment, you know? And what's really awesome about RPGs is like, you know, like the newer ones, like the Tales of Vesperia, when Magus reviewed, you could like make one person distract the enemy while the other attacks, you know, and it makes you feel like you're playing an anime, the Tales of Vesperia game, and it just, see, that's what I think of games today. They're trying to make us get more involved in it, if you notice in that, in all games, like the Soul Calibur, Ninja Gaiden, you know, even Halo 3, even though I don't like it, it still makes you feel like in the game, you know, those cutscenes, like, it pauses, like, shh, and then Cortana's, like, talking to you or something. That's my thoughts on Interpret Gaming. I hope you like it. This is Jay Gamer Fan, over now.